Hello everybody, and welcome to Game 4 in this Best of 5 series for the Dreamhack Invitational tournament taking place in Valencia, Spain. And we have here, spawning again as the Blue Terran, playing for Team Mouse, ThorZaIN, a Swedish player, a Swedish pro, an excellent Terran player known for his macro defensive style of play. Very good. It's been showcasing very well in this tournament and in this series. And his opponent, spawning as the Red Zerg, is going to be DongRaeGu. He is a high-level Korean Codes player, a monster on the Korean ladder, making him a very good player. And the map is going to be Antiga Shipyard. This is a Blizzard ladder map. Very interesting map. Smaller, I would say about medium size relative to the maps in the current map pool. It has a very easy to take natural and a fairly it's much more difficult to take third down here. You have to take control of this entire center section of your side of the map in order to take control of your third securely. But you can see oftentimes a lot of two-base play in these games, and we'll see how things go in this particular match. DongRaeGu is currently up 2-1 in this best of 5 series over ThorZaIN, so it is going to be up to ThorZaIN to win this game here and now, or else we are going to be stuck right here, and that is going to be the end of that. So ThorZaIN's got to be feeling a little bit of pressure, and we'll see what he decides to pull out of his hat in order to deal with that. So far, he's going for his very standard opening, barracks walling off his ramp, going into a refinery, and I expect we'll see an orbital command coming right up. And we have DongRaeGu for his part, also going for his hatchery right off the bat. Same build he's been using every single time, into extractor, into spawning pool, 4 quick Zerglings, 4 quick speed. And I forgot to mention that DongRaeGu is a member of Team MVP. He is an excellent player. MVP is an excellent team, and they have been putting on a good match in this series. And now we have them just moving along here. Spawning pool going down for DongRaeGu, hatchery going down about halfway done, and we're going to see how ThorZaIN plans to react to the fact that he needs to win this game. He is not known for any type of early aggressive play. He is not known for any kind of all-in play. He is not known for any type of cheese, and we'll see if he breaks or keeps his rules in this. Maybe he'll think he has the best chance by just playing his standard game that was able to serve him well in the second game, in the second game of this match, and nearly gained him victories in the first and the third game. It was a very close thing, I would say, but amazing muta control, amazing muta play by DongRaeGu was able to cinch out a couple of victories, and we have this drone going to be taken out, I think. Oh, no, the Marine missing his stutter step just a little bit, missing it twice, enough for that drone to get away. Small little mistake, not going to impact things a huge deal. Now we have a factory going down with a reactor on this barracks. Orbital command is up and running, and we are going to see a nice little Hellion play, the same we have been seeing in all the games from ThorZaIN. He loves his Hellions. He loves roasting up Zerg. He loved the drone barbecue. And we're going to see if we get a switch by this factory onto this reactor barracks. And we have a command center going down. He is not interested in losing in the macro game to DongRaeGu, and we have a switch by the factory onto the reactor here, so we're going to get a couple of Hellions coming out. In the meantime, DongRaeGu for his part is getting his Zergling speed going out, getting another Queen coming up. He's got a couple of Zerglings on the field, just hanging out on the heading over to the front of ThorZaIN base. He's going to see what type of expansion timing he has. He might poke up that ramp, see if there are any tech paths that he can spot. And it looks like the Zergling is going to get up there, not spot anything. The supply depot was lifted up at just the right time, and now DongRaeGu is going to spot the Hellions moving out, realizing he's going to probably have to produce at least a spine crawler, maybe a couple more Zerglings, unless he's confident about his ability to hold off 2 Hellions with his Queen. We'll see what goes on. He has clearly great control, as has been evidenced by the mutilous play he has shown in the last couple of games. 4 more Zerglings being produced, and these Hellions are pushing in, realizing that there's a Queen there on creep, not going to be able to do a whole lot else. And we have 2 more Hellions moving out, and perhaps ThorZaIN is going to be able to do a little bit of damage with these 4 Hellions, but I'm not sure. It looks like DongRaeGu is ready for him. He has his Queen in position. He has his Speedlings up, now going down, trying to get a surround on those 2 Hellions, spotting 2 more, throwing down a spine crawler, but we got the creep is heading out towards this ramp, and with these Queens and these Zerglings, I think that this Hellion pressure is going to be completely pushed back. I don't think they're going to get more than 1 or 2 kills on these Zerglings, and even this Spine Crawler. Once the Spine Crawler is up, that is going to be the end of the pressure, and ThorZaIN knows it. He is poking back and forth. He is forcing the attention from DongRaeGu on the front of his base, but it is not going to work out. More drones being produced, moving into lair tech. Just to getting there, we have a Baneling nest coming down, and we have just now ThorZaIN taking his expansion. I think he's a little bit late in his expansion timing. He probably wanted to get a feel for the front door of the Zerg player, make sure that it was completely safe to expand out, setting up some more supply depots. He's going to start building a wall with supply depots and barracks and bunkers, and he has his siege tanks coming out. Stimpack being built. We have siege mode not quite started yet, but you can expect it to be starting very soon. Spire is going down for DongRaeGu. Looks like he is hiding it. Where is he hiding that Spire? Right here, right next to his Baneling nest. A nice little spot there. Fairly safe spot, safe from drops, safe from scans. And we're going to see him moved in. We have ThorZaIN still poking around, still seeing what he can see, but this creep is expanding very well. And you can see DongRaeGu is just moving his creep up in very tricky positions, hiding it on the high ground so that ThorZaIN is not aware, cannot snipe things down. Even get a couple of creep tumors over here. And this is a very nice place. Some people don't know. If you are a Zerg player and you have creep on this low ground or over here and a couple of creep tumors on the high ground, these high ground creep tumors, while they can't spread down the cliff, will spread this low ground creep very, very quickly. And ThorZaIN's Hellions are going to be wondering where the hell that creep is coming from, but he is doing well over here on his macro. We have 43 harvesters to 38 for DongRaeGu. He is definitely winning the economy game, but with those mules, ThorZaIN is able to hold his own just a little bit, and now we have a bit of a move out. Siege Tech is not quite finished, not even started. So we have Siege Tanks moving out without Siege Tech, but there are Marines with Stim, so I'm not sure what mouse ThorZaIN is going to be able to do. That Siege Tech is very, very critical for move outs like this, but ThorZaIN knows best. He's been doing very well in these games, and we're going to see what he does. He's able to scan up there, take out those creep tumors. Great little pickup, but now he is forced to move into the Zerg base without siege mode, with just Marines with Stim and a couple of Hellions. He decides that discretion is the better part of valor. He's going to move back, but at the same time, we have Mutalisks flying across the field. All these Marines are out of position. There's a couple of Marines hanging out in the base of ThorZaIN. A couple of missile turrets just now going up. And it looks like these Marines are going to be enough with Stim to force these Mutalisks to fall away from that mineral line. And the Mutalisks are going to run up here where more Marines are waiting. The nice Stim trapping these Mutalisks between these two sets of Marines. Missile turrets going down, and DongRaeGu has got to get out of there before the missile turrets go up. Great timing, threading the needle between the Marines groups. And ThorZaIN was not able to pick those up, but he was able to keep his SCVs completely safe. I think he lost maybe 2 or 3. And DongRaeGu has got to expand out. He realizes that he is now on 2 bases to 2 bases for ThorZaIN. He might have the better saturation, although it could do he could have a better saturation over at his main. But if he does not take a 3rd base soon, he's going to start to fall behind further and further. And the longer he waits, the farther behind he's going to be. Mouse ThorZaIN, for his part, is setting himself with his supply depots, with his siege tanks, with his Marines, and he is looking to kick some ass. Once again, he's going Marine siege tank, a very popular style of build against Zerg players. And he's deciding that now is the time to move out. He's got his combat shield, he's got his stim pack, he's got his +1, and he's going to try to do some damage. DongRaeGu is picking up a few Hellions, getting a ton of Zerglings roasted. Those Zerglings are going to be sorely needed later on. They could have been Banelings. And we have a bunch of, speaking of Banelings, we have a bunch of these exploding monsters up here hanging at the top of the ramp. And we're going to see how ThorZaIN responds to this. He has a lot of Marines. He has a lot of siege tanks. But here come the Banelings down. A stim pack going down for the Marines. All the siege tanks sieging up, and they're going to blow away. Look at all those Banelings getting annihilated, but doing a ton of damage, killing about half of those Marines. Mutalisks coming in from the side, trying to kill the siege tank, but only getting a few down with the red. And this is bad news for DongRaeGu. He realizes that he is now on the back foot. He has got to produce a ton of units. He has got to get these Terran units off of his front door, and a small squad is going over after this hatchery. I don't know if we're going to see a cancel, but no cancel from DongRaeGu. He lets this hatchery goes up. It looks like he is confident that he can clear out this Marine and siege tank force, and his confidence is rewarded. It is justified. More siege tanks coming in, and these Mutalisks forced to fall back, but they are going after these Marines, and this hatchery is at 310 hit points. It is not going to be taken down by ThorZaIN. I am surprised at that. I think that ThorZaIN should have stimmed and run over and tried to take down that hatchery. If he could have taken it down, that would have been a huge pickup for him. Put him firmly in the lead, considering he has his third command center already halfway done. He would be able to expand to a third base before his Zerg player got started on the third, if that hatchery went down. But the point is moot because he was not able to snipe it down. Now we have Mulas over here taking down more of these Marines, taking down more siege tank, killing all these reinforcing Marines, and now map control is back into DongRaeGu's position. He's getting his creeps spread out. He's got more Mulas on the way, more Zerglings, and he is showing that strong Mutalist control that he is known for. This is probably why he thinks that his best matchup is Zerg versus Terran, because of his ability to harass pretty much everywhere at the same time with these Mutalists. And this poor Marine's going to scatter a couple Banelings, but get completely annihilated by Glaiveborns. More Banelings coming out. And it looks like we're going to see a mid-game Baneling bust on these supply depots. The single siege tank is maybe not going to be enough to hold all of them back. And we have, at the same time, the gas is already up for DongRaeGu. He knows what he needs. He knows he needs gas. And he knows that ThorZaIN needs gas. So he's going after these refineries, trying to poke in, looking for that sweet spot with his Mutalists, trying to get in there, trying to get a spot where he can do a lot of damage, kill some SCVs, kill some refineries, kill some supply depots, kill some production structures, or just kill small packs of Mutalists or Marines. And ThorZaIN sending out regular scouts. Very smart play. He's aware of the number of Mutalists. He's aware of the number of Banelings and siege tanks on the side of his base, on the outside of his base, but there are a ton of them. And there's still one siege tank here, one siege tank here. Siege tank gets a good shot on the Zerglings, but the Banelings are completely unhit, and they go and they destroy tons of those supply depots. Mutalists coming in, killing all the rest of the Marines, and all of these Banelings go down. And I would say that DongRaeGu lost about half of his army, but if I could offer an opinion, I would say that that was worth it, because it is forcing ThorZaIN to rebuild some of his army, and more importantly, it makes ThorZaIN feel unsafe. He is comfortable when he is in a defensive posture, and his wall off was just destroyed. I think that DongRaeGu is aware of the psychology of StarCraft. He's aware of what he needs to do to keep ThorZaIN in his base. He knows he just needs to kill a couple of supply depots. He needs to kill some Marines or to prevent him from getting that critical mass of Marines. He's forcing him to build even more missile turrets. Look at that. These are saturating his base. And while the missile turrets are going to protect his production structure and his SCVs, every one of those missile turrets are 2 Marines that have not been produced. Those are 2 SCVs that have not been built. That is a quarter of a command center that have not been built. You got to be careful that you do not overproduce missile turrets, and it is a fine line to walk, but that is what StarCraft 2 is all about at the pro level. It is about finding those fine lines, walking them, and walking them successfully and winning. We even have DongRaeGu taking a ballsy third. He's going after the gold, going for the gold, just like this series. He wants to get first place, and to do that, you need a lot of gold minerals. You need a lot of rich minerals, and he's going for it. If ThorZaIN ever takes control of this watchtower, he's going to be aware of that expansion, but for the moment, oh, he is aware. ThorZaIN is already aware of the gold expansion, and these 2 missile turrets have been taken down. The barracks forced to lift up while more Marines are coming here, chewing away those Mutalists, and now we have lots of SCVs going after his own gold. ThorZaIN realizes that gold is the way to win, throwing down all of his mules. He's got tons of Marines, tons of siege tanks, tons of missile turrets, taking control of the center of the map, and I think he's going to use this as a siege position. And look at that. Look at the confidence shown by ThorZaIN. He is not even throwing down a planetary fortress. He is happy with an orbital command right here. That means more mules. That means more scans to kill creep tumors. That means more supply drops if he needs them. Pathogen glands coming down for DongRaeGu. He wants to get those investors out there. He wants to lock down those Marines. And it looks like ThorZaIN is just going to play his game. He is confident in his ability, but we have a little bit of attack over here. Flanking Banelings coming in from the side, trying to go in, kill these SCVs, but the siege tanks and the Marines are in a great position to spot them. And now we have Zerg drones going after these minerals. Not quite as effective as the mules, but look at this, coming from both sides. Ton of Baneling not exploding. SCVs able to thread the needle, able to get away from a ton of those Banelings, but more Banelings blowing up on the SCVs. All the SCVs in the red, getting killed by the mules, and that was a huge pickup, losing 20 workers to DongRaeGu. That is enormous for our red Zerg player. That is enormous for our professional Korean S-class player. He needs those SCVs killed. He needs to put ThorZaIN back. He needs to get him producing SCVs and not Marines and not siege tanks. He needs him running out of minerals. He needs him relying on mules. And it looks like DongRaeGu is once again taking control of the map. ThorZaIN sure has this strong position here. He's got a lot of Marines tucked into a little choke, but it doesn't matter. DongRaeGu can just run around. He's going after this empty bunker. He's running into the base, going after the siege tank, getting a great surround on the siege tank, forcing the lift on the supply depot, but no, the supply depots are lowered down to allow Marines to reinforce, and it looks like these Zerglings are going to sneak in, get a big surround on all of these Marines, and now there are Zerglings in ThorZaIN's base. They are looking around, they are doing some damage, and they are finally getting it cleaned up, but that was no good for ThorZaIN. That's going to be making them feel uncomfortable. SCVs are transferring down. Looks like they're going to be